Welcome to the MIB podcast, where we help you chase your dreams side by side. And now, your hosts, Mike and Talia Osborne.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Talia and Mike Osborne. This is the Married and in Business podcast, or the MIB podcast.
MIB. Today's episode 1. Today we're starting to go ahead and launch our podcast for the first time. We put it off for a long time, but we're so excited to share with you guys about our journey and just show you a different perspective of what's going on in our life and in business, married and in business. So I think we're going to have a lot of fun today. What do you think, Talia?
Yeah, I'm really excited. Like he said, we've been putting this off for a while. And so today's the day.
Yeah.
So
Literally had, I think, 3 kids when we decided to make this podcast.
And now we have 4.
And she's like 18 months old. It's not like she's like, just came out yesterday or something. So this has been a long time coming, but we're super excited to help everybody out there that's listening. I think you're really going to enjoy this. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun. But I guess we'll go ahead and just start with introductions of who we are, who you're listening to. First of all, where are we at today, Talia? Where are we recording from?
we are in the frozen tundra of Maine.
Middle of called Mid-Coast, Maine. It's we're in Bath, Maine.
Yeah.
And just super bustling town, population of maybe 20-something thousand. And, yeah, it's like a regular New York City here. But no, we're excited. We're here at our home office, surrounded by Marvel and memorabilia and toys and boxes and so much. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I think I love this place. So what do you think?
Yeah, Bath is awesome. But you know what we're really excited about is where we came from and also where we're going. And hopefully we can go along with you on your journey as well in business and being married. So Mike, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself and kind of your background?
Yeah, I have a really weird background. I went through the shipyard program at Northrop Grumman, which back in then it was it was an apprenticeship. It was early 2000s. And I got paid to go to school, which was really, really cool. Basically why I went through college. I ended up being a 3D modeling, what they call it, more or less, a 3D modeler or a designer, electrical designer. A couple of years ago, things went dry, and I became a pretty good salesman, luckily for my background in different other things and self-education. That went pretty well, too. Sold advertising for a few years, was top of the, I guess, region when it comes to that. Did pretty well, yeah.
Want some free trips?
Oh, yeah. Won a couple free trips, Cancun, Cabo, stuff like that. Didn't make any money, but I did finish number 1. They gave me a nice piece of paper, which was so, I don't even know where it's at today.
It's framed, honey.
Today I'm self-employed. I work with my wife every day on our Amazon reselling company and obviously a few other things that we're working on, like the podcast. But Talia, why don't you tell them a little bit about where you came from?
So I'm going to take it way back. I was kind of like average student, like 2.5 average student. I even wrote like an essay in college. We're trying to get a college scholarship on why I was so average. And they wanted to give it to the most average student they could find. So pretty bad. But either way, I moved into being a teacher after college because that was what my degree was for. And then I was a stay-at-home mom. I've had a couple of other short-term jobs here and there, but overall I got bit by the entrepreneur bug. So now we, like Mike said, we are full-time business owners together.
Yeah, today we have, I think we'll be married for 11 years.
11 and a half.
Years. Been together for 12 and a half. So right around 9 months, I think we got married. And we have 4 daughters. So we have, a 10-year-old, 8-year-old, 4-year-old,
and 18-month-old.
We have a dog, which, yeah, we have one. And we're busy. We have literally a full-time business that we run. I wouldn't say full-time. I guess we do it on our own time. And
it's a part-time business that makes full-time income. We'll say that.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. But we have had a lot of business ventures along the way. And I guess I'll start from way back, just like Ty did. I first got introduced to, multi-level marketing back in college. And it really sounded good. You get, in theory back then they teach you, hey, get a couple people involved and they'll do all the work and you'll become a millionaire. And boy, it worked out just like that.
Or not at all.
Oh yeah. Like 2 months in, I quit, and then, it just wasn't for me, but it did spark the entrepreneur, I guess, inspiration to do something else. So after that, we kind of went and I got married to Talia, and sure enough, I got introduced to another MLM. And I said, this is perfect because Talia knows freaking everybody.
Yeah, literally, we went on vacation to Florida from Virginia, and I ran into someone I knew.
Yeah, so I'm like, she's going to get everybody in, and we're going to be multimillionaires and all this stuff. And you know what? Obviously, we learned it wasn't really about that with multi-level marketing. But, I tell you what, we cut our teeth building a, I guess, non-existent business. But you know what? I did read thousands of books, got mentored by tons of very well-off, successful people, learned a lot of people skills, which helped me with when we were doing my sales career and things like that. And I'm sure it's helped you along the way, right?
Yeah. I mean, you learn a lot in those businesses because it's not just about building the business, it's about building yourself. And so like I told you from the beginning, I was average. I considered myself average. And so today I don't. I consider myself above average. And, we work really hard for what we have, but some of our business ventures were good, some were bad, but we learned a lot through the experience together.
Yeah, we had a lot of highs, a lot of lows, a lot of really like peaks and valleys of, man, this thing is going great and we're killing it. And, we'll have this financial freedom, and then, man, we'll get punched right in the stomach and get the wind knocked out of us. And, I think that if you haven't gone through that as a business owner or anything,
marriage too,
I mean, everything, life, dieting. I mean, man, I was doing a keto diet and lost 50 pounds. And, for Christmas, I gave myself 20 pounds to gain back. And, that's just how it works. And I think that you have to go through those struggles to have the victories. Right. And that's kind of what our story is about. We've had a couple other businesses. We talked about, the MLM, which, like I said, more or less was just taught us to be a student of getting better, gaining confidence, learning, just learning the people skills, the self-involvement of just reading all the time and just giving yourself some type of self-worth. Self-esteem is something that is like, I guess, you can't put a price on it. It's just you really have to have some type of self-worth to really go out and make something of yourself. And after that, what do we do? In sales, we started a magazine, right? It was a good idea because my company was an advertising company selling online marketing and stuff like that, which I was great at. And I still today understand a lot. But then they started selling magazines randomly before we launched our franchise. And after that became Talia's magazine, right?
Yeah. And it was interesting, but it became a lot of fun.
How much marketing background did you have at the time?
Oh, none.
Oh, yeah. So it was pretty good. You mean you had years, right? Not just one, right? You knew exactly what you're going to do and how we're going to launch it and everything, right?
Mike is a great teacher. He taught me everything I know. So unlike Mike, I don't read a whole lot of books, but he does. So I learned from someone who knows something, which is another great point. When you are in the pursuit of something, if you can get under the wing of someone who knows more than you, it is gold. It will make or break you, basically.
Yeah, I think that we really learned a lot from the magazine. It was a woman's magazine. I'm sure if you Google Talia, you'll find you'll find a ton of good pictures of her and on the cover of the magazine, things like that. But, that was a really good learning point of different things and kind of having control of kind of you being in charge of being part of a franchise. It wasn't for us because of their part of the deal. They're I won't go too far in depth on it. Maybe we'll cover that in a different episode. But, when you don't have full control of the business, it kind of really hurts. And that's where diversity and things like that count. But same thing, off topic. We'll go back to that in a later episode. Today, I think we actually did do a couple more companies, but, we'll talk about what we are today, what we're excited about today. I guess for about the last 2.5 years, we've been running we call it a reseller, a retail arbitrage. More or less, it's just reselling on Amazon, right? So
yep.
To kind of give you a little background about how we got there is I was working as a designer, but I was constantly filling my mind with new information about how could we make money and how could we be happy doing it. There's a lot of good ways to make money out there, but you might just freaking hate it, right? I mean, there's no secret.
Yeah.
I mean, some stuff is like, as a contractor, even here, working here in Maine, I can make a lot of money, but I mean, it's like pulling teeth. It really is such boring work that you'd rather be making half as much and doing something you love, right? That's not our case here, but I was filling myself with these podcasts every day, you know, the Pat Flynn's and Scott Volkers and all these people that I felt were just going somewhere, Gary Vaynerchuk, guys I love. I still listen to them today. But I was listening to an episode, and they talked about selling on Amazon, reselling. And I had never heard that. I thought Amazon basically had a big warehouse full of these things that they sold, and it was all their stuff they bought from other people. They resold it, whatever, just like a regular meat retail store. Mm-hmm. And then I realized that there was a fulfillment by Amazon program where people were like, these were people like us selling the stuff. I mean, I call it like selling on eBay, except, you know, Amazon does all the work for you, right?
Right.
So I heard this podcast. I could not believe how simple it was. And I knew it was something that didn't seem like a really big cost of entry. So I literally had, you know, I had it on iTunes. I gave it to Talia, and I went and ran an errand, and then just tell them what you thought about it.
Yeah. So as soon as I heard that it was as simple as going shopping and making money, I said, oh, I can do that. And I was, by the time Mike got back, probably 20 minutes, maybe a little longer, I was ready to go. I was like, yeah, I'm doing this. We're doing this. This is awesome. He was like, well, pump your brakes. You need to do some research. You need to make sure you know what you're doing before you walk out the door to go try to do it. So I spent a lot of time doing my own education on Amazon. And I think I figured it out to a point where we could actually get started. So we did, and we've been doing it for about 2.5, almost 3 years.
Yeah. Well, the perfect situation though, like, because we had so much money sitting around. My job was so stable, you know. No,
at the time, you know, I was stay-at-home mom of 3, and we decided, we knew that Mike's job would be ending because it was a contract position.
Yeah, my contract had ended the last day of June. So it was April, about the 1st of April.
Yeah. And so we decided we'll take a little bit of each check. He could work overtime. So we take a little bit of the overtime money and put it towards starting this business. Now, you start a business and you don't always expect to necessarily make money right out of the gate. Well, we started and we were kind of like, let's just see how this goes. We weren't really sure about a lot of the details of, you know, ranking and, you know, profit and things like that. But we went ahead and gave it our best. And so we're going to cover that in another episode and how everything ended up with that. But obviously it went really well because we're still doing it to this day. But the real point of this podcast is we want to be able to serve people. We want to be able to help people who are married and in business. But if you're single, don't tune out, because the information that we give will benefit you as well.
Yeah, this is for you too. Don't go anywhere, single people. You know, we just truthfully, this is the way I look at it. If you're married and in business, and you guys are in the same business, you're not going in separate directions. And you know, she's a realtor, and I have a barbershop or something. This is where people are literally 2 people working together to go for the same common goal every day. And
which can be difficult.
Which can be, because you have to deal with, you know, your spouse and
every day. You're not leaving to go to work to deal with other people.
You can't slack off and then go to work and say, man, I worked so hard today. You know, you sat there and counted goldfish all day. It wasn't hard work. So this is something that, you know, it gets a little tough, right? But you can't let the other person down. You can't both have bad days at the same time. But, you know, the truth is, we're going to talk about business, and we hope to have a lot of people on that can, you know, interviews and things like that, or just lessons that we've learned, life lessons almost.
We want to give our perspective.
Exactly. And we want to remove excuses. I mean, truthfully, if we can go out and fill our truck full of stuff on a, you know, Tuesday night with 4 kids in an SUV, a small SUV too. We're not even talking a big SUV right now. And we can do that and not make excuses about it. You know, what can you do that's, you know, Mr. Single Person or whatever.
Married with no kids.
We're not condemning people. We're just trying to show you that you'll find more time for stuff that really is important to you. And hopefully we can kind of shine some light on how to do that and how we've done it. We'll tell our story, and we'll let you guys ridicule us and tell us
the good and the bad.
Yeah, the next 2 episodes, we're going to break it in half of kind of our story in general of And the reason why we're not just sitting there wanting to talk about ourselves. We want you to really know the crap that comes along and the good, about what happens in business. And I think you're really going to enjoy it because it's really an up and down story. Like it really like rags to riches, punch in the face, high on the, whatever. It's good and bad. Is. So we're really hoping that we can help you guys. So that's really our main goal, is really to go out there and really do our part to help people, show people how to be teammates and, help people escape from their jobs if they want to, if that's something for you. If you want to make an extra $500 a month to pay your rent, we want to help you do that, or at least help inspire you to do that, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, or even, some of our episodes will be about, just pointing you in the right direction as far as some tips for business ownership. So say you guys are brand new and you're working together, or you're just starting out and maybe only one of you is involved in your business. We want to give you some pointers that can direct you in the correct ways to run your business versus just allowing you to stumble. You don't have to stumble if you can learn from the person who stumbled in front of you. So we'll go over our strengths and our weaknesses. And so this is for anyone, right? It's for anyone.
Yeah, it's literally for everybody. We love to hear you chime in. We're going to go ahead and end the podcast today. Just a couple ways to get in touch with you. We'd love to hear from you. Come follow us at
facebook.com/MIB podcast, or you can also reach us by email on our website, info@themibpodcast.com. And so our website, of course, is themibpodcast.com.
Yeah, MIB, married in business, or making it big. One of our goals. But hey, just so many questions you have there. We really look forward to hearing from you guys. Really make sure, download the next episode, the next 2 episodes actually of our story. We guarantee you'll get something from it. Literally, you'll learn a lesson. And please, please, please learn it from people that have made the mistakes. But you know what? We're back. So we're excited about everything, and we're excited about going through this journey with you. So show us some love, like our page, and we look forward to hearing you on the next episode.
Holla!
Peace!